I might initially ask them to come in, but since obviously...
Andrew, you might want to, you'll probably wait till they take off just because of the UTV.
Yeah, just let everyone in. So, obviously we'll just have to wait until they're ready. But, yeah.
So you've got me here live today with the cats. Judson already announced today that we have a toy drive going on, and so on top of a toy drive we have a lot going on, and I'll tell you what's going on. But you can see a lot of these old toys they have are completely cut up, damaged. Even the barrels are chewed through, so it is time to get some new toys. And in honor of Nova and Prada's first birthday, which is coming up, we are going to be doing the toy drive for the next couple days. Thank you for those that have already purchased through Wildlife Toy Box. You can check the post earlier today for the link. And you know, we know these zoo toys are really expensive, but they do last longer than other toys. And so we wanted to give an incentive for people that buy a full toy off of our wish list. You'll get entered into a drawing to actually see your cat get the toy. So thank you for those that have purchased already. If you want to just donate to our general toy drive without being part of the drawing, but kind of we can put a lot of gifts together. You know, it'd be great if we could raise today $200 on this post so we can buy one special toy for cats. And so today, not only is it a toy drive, but we are moving Dash and Winona again. This might feel familiar to you because we did this earlier in the season, but Dash has made it quite clear that he is not going to befriend Thor. Thor can sometimes mislead everybody like he's the sweetest tiger ever, but he has his moments as well. So you guys can start anytime you want. Don't wait on me. Just wanted, today we're flip-flopping them. So Winona does love to live by herself, but she wasn't really irritated that much by Thor, and they didn't engage. And so what we're hoping is that if Dash moves back by some of the young tigers, that as they grow, we can move cats around and hopefully find connections with tigers. And so it's just easier if Dash is over there for them to kind of do play dates, mergers, move everybody around. And so today what we are doing is they have two teams going at once. Because it is like 87 and humid out and very sunny, they have a team that's creating Winona very similar to Dash here. And so that they can swap them at the same time so that a cat isn't in the heat too long. They've brought food, water, they've had shade over the crate so that the floor wasn't hot or anything like that. They've set up everything, including having a whole fence panel across the way. So he'll have to come through his double door. And we chose to do it outside because the location of their rooms can be a little challenging with crates, and since both of them are pretty socialized, we thought this would be easy and he would come out. Now cats will be cats, but we're gonna see if they will both move and swap areas and get a little bit of enrichment. And we think maybe one day Thor Jr. might find a friend, but I think Thor Jr., a lot of our cats are more socialized to humans than they are to other cats, especially some of these younger ones. So what they're doing now is waiting for the other team to get into place so that no cat is in a crate too long. So once they're in position over at Winona's, they will both let the cats out. They're in their building now while we actually hooked up the crates and everything. And I'm going to try and kind of let them out at the same time so that nobody's too long in the sun. So, but again, if you're just joining us, we're moving Winona and Dash today. And we also are having a toy drive. Toy drives are so important. As you know, so many cats love these toys. And some are in good repair and some are in pretty bad repair. And so it's time, with the celebration of Nova and Prada's first birthday, to get more toys for the big cats.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, they're just radioing
we're ready now.
that they're ready.
Winona access, and then she has to drive around. And then as soon as she gets home, start creating Winona.
They're just listening to Teresa's radio call.
And then we'll make the radio call at our beginning.
Copy. We will wait on your radio call at your beginning, and then we will also.
All right, we're just waiting on a radio call. They have to drive around a little bit. A lot of hurry up and wait game, but it's important for the safety of the cats and the staff. They've planned everything. They also have a trailer somewhere in case something were to happen, like a tire were to pop or something, and we need to get them into the shade. They have that, but there's a lot of variables in our control since we're here on site at our sanctuary, and they've set that all up. They have the hose on, everything, so it should go smoothly. But you know, we always do it on the cat's time, as we say, so we won't be rushing at all. And I know I'm curious to see. I don't have any ideas in my head of who Dash might be a good fit with. You're doing a radio call.
We will now start the process of creating Dash and Winona.
Ready? We are waiting on a copy, but I think most caretakers are here.
Dash's group copies.
All right, so they're going to let Dash out, see if he'll come over and say hello on this habitat wall. Then he's going to just... we're going to let him come over and say hello. You know, Dash should be just social, but sometimes Dash can be a little scared of things. Where's my boy? There's Dasharoo. Hi, Dasharoo. Guess what? We want to go for a ride today. He's first got to make sure Thor's not around. Oh, well, that was so difficult. That was so difficult. So, you know what? Dash makes this look easy. This is not how all moves and mergers and crating goes, but thank God for this little guy. Hopefully Winona's doing the same thing on her end. Alyssa's rewarding him. So while we're keeping little boy, I shouldn't say little boy anymore, big boy busy in his transport crate, Elisa's securing the door and undoing, then we'll undo the chains, and then they'll hook them up to the UTV. But, you know, it can seem like we have redundancy in place, and the answer is we do. So not only do we do the cargo tie, we chain the crate in 4 spots. We have a cattle panel piece of fencing that's up and only cut to the exact hole as the crate on the doorway. And that is because, as simple as that was, it would only take him to run a little faster and hit the back of the crate to roll that crate back. Woo! Winona's in her crate too! So Winona and Dash are both in their crate, made the caretaker's job super easy. But we don't take any precautions, even with our socialized tigers, because honestly, if you've been in the business long enough, you know that the mistakes are made with the cats that are most socialized and most calm around people. And so whether it is our most fractious cat like Sabrina was, or our most calm cat like Dash, we really follow all the same steps in action so that our staff is trained, and staff does at the same time on a rescue or here with a social cat, so that there's never a chance, or at least it limits a chance of any type of safety issue. So they're doing their checks. Dash, you fill up the crate. Remember when you didn't fill up the crates when you were so small?
That's good. We can
Oh,
bring this
let's
over.
just make sure.
Okay, you gonna spray?
Yeah, we're all making sure we don't get sprayed by Dash.
And we'll actually just kind of rotate him. He'll spin out into the road.
So if you're just joining us today, I'm going to back up and let the staff do their work. We are swapping Winona and Dash. This might look familiar to you because we did this earlier in the year, hoping there would be a connection between Dash and Thor Jr. But unfortunately, Dash has a lot of anxiety towards another male tiger. And so we're moving him over by some of the younger tigers in hopes that over the summer and fall we can put them on shared walls and things like that and see if there's a different connection. And also it's a great form of enrichment. Dash gets to move around, Winona gets to move around, Thor gets a new neighbor. Thor's going to be tougher than we thought because he is very, very social and he acts very docile to tigers, his neighbors. But then he can really overreact, like if he has his ball or his food. So yeah, he's going to be a tougher cat than we thought to merge. And then Dash is opposite. Dash is a lot of bark, no bite with other tigers. So Dash might get a little nervous because of the motion and movement. But I even think of back to when he was being neutered, right? And he did not fill up that whole crate. I thought he would never grow up or get tall.
That's all right. Okay, gonna give him just a little. Feels nice and
Dash,
right.
Dash, you might get a little nervous, okay? It's okay. It's okay. It can be a little scary when things move. They're gonna go really slow. And we're gonna follow behind. Let's hope we get service, continue to get service. Honestly, he's doing really good, but I do know they're trying to turn the tires so that the tires don't bend at all. But I do know he does get a little nervous with movement. They're radioing to see if we can... Okay, they're just saying they need another minute because they're just carrying Winona to the UTV. So they're looking at giving him a bigger piece of food. Hi, big boy. There's a big piece. So all in all, this should take about 30 minutes, which isn't long, but we definitely want to look at their stress levels because when it's sunny and heat out, stress levels can add to that. We don't have really huge concerns about Winona or Dash with that, but again, it's just about us being extra cautious. With the heat right now too, Bosco the serval, his appetite's been declining and he's always been on a quality of life watch, and so we're hoping it's just the heat. But with older cats, it only takes a little bit to really put those kidneys over the edge, and so we're watching Bosco closely right now, the serval. So now it's just being patient until the drive. And so Winona's going to come back in here. They even have her barrel set up. If you're just joining us, we are live and you're seeing it in real time. So a lot of this is Dash made this look so easy. He ran right into his crate. And now we're going to follow him over to the new yard. And I think Alyssa's going to put Winona's barrel in so that she has it ready when she comes to this yard. So Dash is calming down a little bit. They're giving him more meat. He's chuffing away at the caretakers and he's patiently waiting for the drive. If you're just joining us, we're doing a tiger transport. We're actually swapping Winona and Dash again. They did that earlier in the year in hopes that there was some kind of connection between Dash and his neighbor Thor Jr. There's not. And so we think it would benefit Dash to be around some of the younger cubs over the next few months. And he's too big to be merged, but if he can be around them, we might find a different connection where we know Winona always wants to live on her own. And so Winona, even though she likes it with no shared walls right now, she was fine with Thor as well. She didn't really antagonize him too much. She just stayed on her own. So right now we're just waiting for the other team with Winona. They said they're hooking up the UTV, and just waiting for that call so that we can both drive at the same time. And I actually might head over there. We're going to leave Dash, and bye Dash! And we might just head over that way. Backing up. That's my golf cart, because I know I lose service a lot of time behind. So if I go this direction, I want to get out of the path too before they start their drive. All right, so they're both going to start driving their teams. I'm going to here's the trailer set up if we needed it for an emergency, but everything's going smoothly. They even have the skid steer set up if a wheel broke on the crate and we had to just haul the crate over. They've thought of everything. So Dash is going to be coming down this way and heading in this direction around Wild Woodlands. I see Mansa's up on her platform watching. I think they have a lot of these cats locked in, just because they didn't want cats to run up to the fence and, scare Winona if she's on the road and things. We want her as calm as possible. So I don't want to block them. So they should be coming down here. I'm trying to make sure I stay out of their way. And they're going to be going really, really slow for a couple of reasons. One is they don't want to break any of the tires on the crates, but two is they're going to just go as slow as it needs to keep Winona and Dash as calm as they need. So this is Winona. She's coming this way, and from all the radio calls, Winona jumped into her crate just as fast as Dash. And you can see the staff walk along to make sure that the wheels are doing okay, the cat's not stressed out, not overheating. So the people are going to be way more tired than the cats from the transport. I feel bad when I'm bringing you guys all this live because I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching. But we have such amazing staff that do such a great job with all the cats. And we're also training some of our new staff too, so they're just kind of watching so that they know loads and unloads. Winona, you're doing great. You're doing great, Winona. She's even standing up. What a good girl. All right, so Winona. So we're going to go over and get ready. Dash is going to be coming really slow. So I can already hear little Indy crying because she's locked in her bungalow just for the time we drove by, because I think she thought this was too fun. So we can stop in and see her in her room, and then she'll get let out very shortly. All right, let's peek top at Indy. Well, I see you. I see you. Are you wondering why you're not moving? So Indy's in her room. Hi, beautiful girl. You're just waiting for Tigress to go by, and then you can come out. Yeah? How you doing? You've got a nice fan. So Indy's got her fan and her TV in here and your toys. Hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful. Yeah, do you know another awesome tiger is going to come live in the building with you guys? Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing, silly? What are you doing, silly? Hi, beautiful. You love getting attention, don't you? Yeah, so does Dash, so does Winona, so does Nova. So if you're just joining us, this is Indy. She's in her bedroom right now. We actually moved most of the cats in that were on the tour, or I should say the drive path, just to make sure that they weren't exciting the cats in the crates. It's a little warm today, so we're taking extra precautions when we're moving cats outside. All right, Miss Indy, we're going to go see Dash, okay? And then we'll come back. Then we'll come back. Oh, yes, you're so much attention. You're so silly. You're so silly. She's just like Dash. She just loves to have humans watch her show off all the time. Oh, silly, silly girl. Indy, what you doing? What you doing, Indy? She's getting so big already. So big. All right, we'll sneak out because she'll start asking for me to come back as soon as I leave. I can hear them coming. They're taking their time. So if you're just watching us, you are seeing this in real time. This is cats moving across the sanctuary, 2 at a time. I'm trying to stay out of their way and not wanting to cause any more stress. And it looks like they're doing great. Dash is just arriving at his habitat in Wild Woodlands, and they're going to do reverse, exactly what they did. They're going to hook his crate up and let him out the double door, and I have a feeling he's going to be just as excited to get into the new habitat as he did his others. How do you do? Really good. Winona did great too. She stood up the whole way. How'd you do? Did you get to see what was going on?
Yeah, so we only had one little guy.
Who was he? Did he get scared by?
Monster there.
Mansa? Yeah, I saw her up on top.
But he did really, really good.
Mansa startled you a little bit. Mansa can be quite an independent girl. Let me know if you need to put this down and me to push.
We kind of went down in the rut there a little bit.
And then, so Tarek and Polina are away too. And then everybody will get access once the 2 cats have moved back into their respective habitats.
I know, we're in a little bit of a rut here.
I'll tell you, it was easier to move Indy's crate than it is Dash's crate.
Absolutely.
Hi. You're still chuffing away.
So good.
You're chuffing away. So it's interesting because, you know, we do a lot of crisis planning as well, but we don't have to do a lot of crisis planning about crating and moving crates around, because in the rescue business, we are doing it every time we pick up a cat. We're doing it for every vet day. We're doing it for every move and merger pretty much. And so this is something the staff have down, you know, like it's just like clockwork. But a lot of our crisis planning goes into things that they might not do on a daily basis. You know, fire prevention, or if we had fire and had to evacuate, or if we had a shelter in place. Other things, as well as if we had electric and power outages or trees down. So the cats and moving cats and crating cats and transporting cats is something we do all the time. So that is always in good shape, but we always look at the things we might not be thinking of when we do crisis planning, just to make sure that we are thinking about everything, and that we always have equipment to do it, and we have enough equipment to do it, and enough people to do it.
You guys have the slides, right?
So they're talking about the best way to open the doors right now.
Yeah, are you able to push the
double
slides?
door.
Are you able
The
to
double
push
door.
the slides? Yeah. If you can't, then here's this.
So what we have right now is we have his inside door to the double door open, and just the crate so he can walk through his double door again into the habitat. And then they'll shut the exterior door. Once he's in, then they're working on gonna feed them in the building, and then they can come out and re-secure all the doors.
The hook that's over there, the small hook. Yeah, we use that one to keep it open.
So now they're just talking about the best way to push the door open so it's not in his way.
I think, well, you're going to have to be on this side to hold it. So it's going to swing.
So right now it's about geometry. This is the one thing they all have to go back into school and think of is the geometry of the angles of the doors, the crates, how to grab it. So you'll see a lot of poles with hooks. Those are always just for the doors, to be able to hold doors open, shut doors, so that our hands are never inside the habitat near a cat. So they're just telling us via radio that Winona is securely attached, just like Dash.
We've also just finished securing Dash to the enclosure, and we are ready to open his door.
So both cats are getting access. So they're going to undo the lock. And then sometimes if you do it so tight, the door sometimes gets jammed. So there's a little, oh, scary. There you go, Dash. There you go, Dash. So he's going to first have to figure out that there's nobody in this space, that it's still just him alone. But there's going to be a lot of smells since Winona was in here. Alyssa's next door. He's known them before, but again, a lot of the things when cats go to new habitats is they want to make sure they don't come across another cat in their territory. Good job, still chuffing. Good job, Big Dash. Good job. A lot of sense. And Winona's also exited her crate and is walking around her habitat. So that's awesome. You guys got to see big cat moves today. 2 cats that made it look simple, but it's also nice bringing you behind the scenes to actually see what it takes and how to be safe. And it's, you know, especially nice to share it when it's not a cat that's too stressed. Now you can see we're doing the toy drive. If you look through this habitat, Dash is in need of toys. Thor Jr. had a lot. Dash doesn't have much in here, and Dash always needs the extra super duty because he will chew things if they're not thick enough. So if you're looking for anything for Dash on the toy wish list, definitely look for the extra super duty or super duty. And they're going to try and get him in the building right now so that they can secure those doors. But I think Dash is going to be way too interested in all the sights and smells of the new space. Well, thanks for joining us today. And thank you for being part of our toy drive. It's just one more way you and us together can enrich the lives of the cats here at the sanctuary.